Hi there and welcome to Email Me It. My name's Ed and I'm going to run you through how you can set up and send a basic email campaign using Email Me It in just a couple of minutes. So first we need to actually sign up for an account, and we've got a really simple sign up process. Let's just quickly go through this. So name and email address, pretty standard stuff. Username, I generally recommend that you use your email address as the username, but that's optional. Let's give it a secure password. Time zone, yeah, that's me. Yep, in the UK. And company name. There we go. Right, I've got links here for terms of use, privacy policy, and anti-spam policy. I know that most of you probably won't actually bother reading through all of those, but I'll encourage it anyway, so please do. Once you're happy with that, click that you agree. And then we can simply log in straight away. An email confirmation will be sent as well. And let's log in. Okie dokie, right. So to get started, we need to create a new campaign. You can have multiple campaigns, but let's get started with our first one. Right, and so let's say I've already written the content I want for this campaign. It's actually one that I'm going to send out to some old leads of mine that I've got. So we'll call this one a leads campaign. And then we can actually specify what the subject will be for this email. So that's the actual subject that will appear in the email once it's actually received by that person. So let's put something in there like this. Now the from name, I could just specify it to have come from myself, but in some cases you may actually need to send it on behalf of someone, either a colleague or maybe even your MD. So let's put Ben's on there. So it'll look like it's actually come from the MD, which is Ben, even though he's busy on the golf course. Pretty handy. Now the reply to address, obviously we can say who the actual emails come from, so that is actually Ben's email address. We can make that a different one. We could even make that ben.gordon, which actually I pick up for him on his behalf, so he doesn't get flooded with all the replies. But if you actually do want to stipulate a different reply to address, we can actually have it so it goes through to, say, a catch-all mailbox, such as the sales mailbox, or any other email address that you care to stipulate. So also happy with that, we'll continue to the next screen. And here we can define the actual format for the campaign. So just for this quick test purpose, we'll do a plain text campaign. And here we can now copy and paste the actual content, which I've already pre-written. We can copy and paste that, or we can even write it directly in here, but most people will actually use a normal text editor. So if I just bring up my text editor, here's the content that I've already written. So let's go and bring this across. We'll paste that in there. Lovely, right, I'm happy with that. And Email Me It will actually add to the bottom of this email automatically an unsubscribe link, so you don't need to worry about managing unsubscribers manually. Right, once we're happy with the content here, we can now actually go on to define who's going to receive this email. So if we're organised, we may already have some recipients specified in a subscriber list. We can do that under Manage Subscribers separately. But let's just do this manually just for the purpose of this quick test. So here I can specify up to 10 different people. So let's just quickly type in some names and addresses. And notice here we're actually saying these are the actual correct formats that we can stipulate who we're going to send this email out to. So you can do it either way around with a name and an email address, or email address and a name, or even just the email address if you don't know the actual name of the person. So let's type in a couple more people. I've had a fair bit of practice of typing in that name. Right, okie dokie. Once we're happy with that, import these recipients. There we go. So that's 3 people that's been added. Once you're happy with that, let's click next to get onto the next screen. And now before we actually go and send out the campaign, let's quickly make sure that we're happy with these details. So here we can see the campaign name is the leads campaign. That's for our own internal reference. The end users, the actual recipients, will never actually see that. The subject, yep, so that's the subject that everyone's going to actually see. And it's from Ben, yeah, lovely. And when people hit reply, it's going to go to the sales mailbox. Yeah, that's great. Let's actually just quickly preview the content that we've got there. Yeah, that's the content that I wanted in there. Here we can see that the unsubscribe has been automatically added. That's great. And recipients, yeah, I've so far defined 3 people. Excellent. Right, let's go and test this. Now you can skip the test if you want, but I don't recommend it. It's always good to see just how exactly the email is going to come through, just in case you've overlooked anything. It's already got my email address in there to actually send the test campaign to, so let's go ahead and send that test email. Yep, here we go, test campaign was successfully sent. Let's quickly nip to our email application and just check that. And here we go. So here we can see, right, it's been sent from Ben Gordon. Yeah, and that's the email address that I put. That's the subject, and there's actually added preview because this is just a test. Obviously, that won't appear when you actually send out the live email. And here you can see the reply to is that, as we stipulated, it's the sales mailbox. And just to double check that one, if we hit reply, there we go. There's a sales address in the to field automatically. And that's the content that we put, and let's just check that the unsubscribe was put in there. Yeah, lovely. So if we want to unsubscribe, we can just click that to remove ourselves from the list. Excellent, I'm happy with that. So if we go back to email me and we say, yeah, I'm happy with the test, let's go and continue on to the next screen. We now have our campaign delivery options. So naturally we can deliver the campaign immediately and have a confirmation sent to ourselves on our own email address when the campaign's been sent okay. Or what we can do is if we actually want to deliver it at a particular time, so actually want to schedule it for a later time and date, we can just simply select the latter option and pick an actual date and time that we want to send it. Let's say we want this to go out, I don't know, maybe first thing on Monday. So let's say Monday 9 AM. So it's in everyone's inboxes when they get in after the weekend. I'm sure they'd love to see that. Yeah, that's the time zone that we're in. Yep, send a confirmation to, that's my address. Lovely. And then at this point, once we're happy with that, simply click schedule the campaign, and we're now ready for it to be delivered. So that is how we send a simple email campaign using Email Me It.